I'm coming on with another video, and I hope your guys' day is going okay so far. This video is going to be a bit long because I wanted to make a few statements, and I wanted to start off saying, so whenever I find myself going onto the internet, I have certain subscriptions I listen to, I have certain people I listen to on the internet. I'm going to be going in and out of the house a whole lot because sometimes my thought process doesn't really, it doesn't register too quickly. So, and it's funny because you know, as a spiritual being, as a spiritual human, I'm not really supposed to be using language at all. I use telepathy. It's a form of telepathy. So I'm not, you know, as a spiritual human, I'm not really supposed to be using language at all, because my main way I transfer thoughts is through telepathy, and that's not really using any kind of form of word at all. So so I go on the internet and I listen to relationship advice sometimes, and there's one person I'm subscribed to on YouTube. His name is Warren Lance, and he talks about how these females, these women, he talks particularly about black women, but he goes in and talks about how most of the majority of black women, they can't bond to a guy. Like, they can't, like, it's so hard for them to bond to a man because they've been in so many relationships, or they've had so many sexual partners that it seems that it's hard for most black women to bond to a guy. And I'm not referring this to say to all black women. This is to all women, I think, all races and colors. And this goes for guys too as well. Hear the cicadas. But anyway, in some of his videos, he goes on about how most of the majority of women can't bond to their partner. And if you're going to be, this could be a message to all women out there, to all the spiritual females. I think if you're a true, genuine person, you're gonna bond with all of your men. You know, even if when you're in say you're in a relationship. You're in that polyandry relationship. If you're a real goddess, if you're a real spiritual goddess, you're going to bond with all of your guys. And this is what's happening with me now. Only I'm not in physical relationships. I'm in spiritual relationships. This is, well, my twin flame, he's an actor, but he doesn't know me in this life, because it's about getting ready to, it's about that point to where it's getting ready, the dimensions are getting ready to split apart. So all of these dimensions are existing simultaneously right now. And I've come to the conclusion yesterday that, I don't know, it might not make sense to others, but it kind of makes sense to me, that I said to myself that I'm alive and dead at the same time. If you get what I'm saying. Because us as humans, we created time, but time does not really exist. So, okay, so back to what I was saying, back to the original point of this video. See, I mean, now at this point in my life, I've come to the realization that I'm not just only a human being, I'm a spiritual satellite. I'm a satellite. And my purpose here is to emit a certain frequency, emit a certain moon frequency that is certain waves of information to my spiritual partners, wherever they are. They're interdimensional, multidimensional beings. But my purpose here is to emit a frequency, emit thought forms to them, because I feel that I want my love frequency to go to them the strongest. And while I'm down here in the physical body, they don't know me. They don't know me in this story, in which you'd call physical life now, but they know me elsewhere. And who knows, maybe they already know that this is supposed to play out. They just choose not to interact with me here in this real time, in this reality. But maybe secretively and spiritually, they already know that what's supposed to play out here, it's supposed to play out here as it should. You know, and we don't really have to meet each other in this life in order for that to play out. But elsewhere, in the other dimensions, what I'm thinking about and what I'm emitting could be true elsewhere. And if you're a human being, if you're a female, if you were born a female, you're supposed to have a certain role that you play out. It could be anything. But my role as a receiving satellite is to receive telepathic frequencies and messages from my husbands on the other side. And I'm gonna go back in the house. So there was a person I recently subscribed to I forget his name. I'll show you guys here in a second, but okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get on the computer here and sign into. I'm on my other account right now. It's where I listen to all my music. So I wanted to show you. See, on this account, I have 2 accounts, but on this account, this is where I go on here and I listen to certain types of music I'm interested in. And once I find a few songs that I really resonate with, that I like, then I'll put it on my MP3 player. I'll download it as a file and I'll put it on my MP3 player. And then I will, hold on a minute. Okay, so I will go onto my my first account on my YouTube, because I have 2 YouTube accounts. I have like 9 Gmail accounts from Google, but I really only use 2 YouTube accounts. One for music and one for my my commentary and all of that. So, but anyway, I will go on my account and I will transfer the music files onto my computer, and I will name them something different. I will name these song files names that would resonate in my realm. So when it's time for me to do seance or do marriage ceremonial dances for my husbands, I will use these certain songs to try and connect with them however I can. So there's this guy named, let's see if I can find him. There's Elven Wisdom. There she is. See if I can find this guy. But he goes all in with spirituality. It's crazy. Like he really uses his imagination. No, I can't find him right now, but his name is Delo.Pilotman. He's pretty interesting. And he calls himself Archangel Uriel. And it's the same with me. Like I call my higher self Aya, because I'm supposed to be that feminine receiver of spiritual information. And the spiritual information doesn't exactly have to be a language. It's a telepathic frequency. So I'm a receiver of telepathic frequencies, and that's what the moon energy is supposed to be. It, you know, if you're going to embody a moon energy, a moon frequency within the human vessel, then that's what you're supposed to do, I think. That's your that should be your primary focus, is to receive love energy back from somewhere. It's supposed to be strong. So Delo, the pilot man, he goes way in on the spirituality. It's crazy. And I can tell that he uses his imagination to project his spirituality, which is what I do as well. So and you guys probably already know I smoke cannabis and drink alcohol recreationally. It's not something that I do just to, you know, it's not something that I do just to feel good and to just not do anything with it. Like, I will see my main purpose as a moon. I'm supposed to, creatively, I'm supposed to use these specific thoughts when I intake the alcohol or the cannabis and whatnot. I'm supposed to, in a way, I'm supposed to, like, retransmit this energy to what I want to project creatively. And this is all for my husband, my spiritual husbands in the other dimension. See, I don't do these things just to feel good. It's for a purpose. And many of you who come across this video and watch this video may not really understand at first, but this is all to try and get a hold of my spiritual husbands in the other dimension. The alcohol and the cannabis make it to where it's strong. The frequency is stronger. Like, I can emit that love frequency to them a bit stronger than when I'm not on it, if that makes any sense. But it's come to the point now to where I'm thinking my higher self, Io, she is a, Io embodied in a female human vessel. She is a marriage goddess, or see, this is what I'm thinking in my mind what she is. And the reason why I embody her so much is because I want to get that energy out there, that love frequency out there, and I'm able to do that with the music I listen to. And it reminds me of them, so. And then before I end this video, so as a human female, if you're a moon goddess, I got a ticket. Not happy about that, really. It's kind of stupid how it happened. But that's just me being unexperienced in this life. Well, that's why I'm here, I guess, is to just experience a whole, you know, it's to experience things in the Matrix right now. But I'm gonna write down, hopefully this video doesn't end, but I'm gonna write down my husband's. Okay. And see. Okay. Okay, now it doesn't matter what the physical relationship is. All that matters is the spiritual relationship and the soul relationship. Because as a spiritual female, you're supposed to be able to bond with all of your husbands, no matter how many you have. I just have to make that clear. So, in the fifth dimension, in the fifth and sixth dimension, my husbands are Thorin Oakenshield. His last name could also be Othenshield. That he has two last names. Philly, Killy, Farron. He also has the name Beowulf. Tristan and Arthur from King Arthur. That movie made in 2007, I think. And these are all fictional characters, but it doesn't matter. If you're putting in the time to connect with these energies. See, I've put in a lot of time trying to get a hold of my guys. It's been at least, it's been at least 6 or 7 years now. I've put in the time, I've put in the thought and the time to reach my husbands in the other dimension. And this is all spiritual. You can't see it, but it's there. And it's becoming more frequent now that my husbands will do the they'll reach me through my spiritual ears, the ear ringing, and I've categorized them with I've categorized them with my left and right ear. And I'm guessing the left and right ear is supposed to represent the moon and the sun. So, my godfather, Thorin Oakenshield, who is also my husband, him and Philly and Tristan are the left ear. Killy, Farron, and Arthur are the right ear. And sometimes I have to, when they do that sound in my ear, I have to differentiate between their sound frequencies, and it's a bit hard to really tell the difference between their sounds, but anyway. And they know that I'm Aya because I was looking at my phone one night, and I was looking at the Jupiter's moon Io, and when I was looking at that satellite, that one of them automatically rang in my ear saying, "Okay, we know what that is." So, I mean, that should tell you right there. I mean, it's pretty incredible. So my spiritual husbands do exist. I have to say that, because at night I will hear these smaller pitches in frequency in my ear. But I think when you have tinnitus, like, it'll just be one sound. It'll just be like one current sound resonating in your ear. But if it's a spiritual being, they will project these other types of different frequencies in your ear. Like it won't be just the same frequency. It'll change. Like the resonating frequency that they're giving off will change. So I think that's one way I can tell that is them. I mean, I gotta say this too. If Delo de Pilotman can come out on his videos and say whatever he wants to say about what he's receiving, as far as spirituality goes, and as far as awakening consciousness goes, then I can say whatever I want about this, and it's just, I don't know. I mean, if people think it's crazy, I don't care. I mean, your truth is your truth, and if you spent all this time trying to, I don't know. If you spend a whole lot of time trying to raise your spiritual frequency, then it could be whatever you want. So, and I am deeply in that love frequency. I'm deeply in the love frequency, and it's strong for these 6 guys here, because they are my husbands, and I love them very much. And I think spiritual love is just as important as physical love. I mean, what is the difference really? Because I think it's just all the same thing, really. I mean, it's like, what is being physical? What is being physical than to being, non-physical? Like, I think it's all the same thing. It's all on the same current, because there's different expanding dimensions. So, I mean, how are these dimensions any different? It's just like one has more matter than the other. It is all I'm trying to say. So, anyway, you guys, I just wanted to get that out there. So, I mean, yeah, that's what I do as a moon in a human vessel, basically. Is I try to send out the strongest love frequency form I can to my spiritual husbands, because I do want to hear from them. At least I do want to know if they're, if they even exist, and they do. It's just we can't see it at the moment. Us in a physical human body, we can't see these frequencies as of yet, because the physical can only see the physical. And I guess, I don't know, it's just so hard to explain. I'm not a teacher or anything. I'm just going by what I've put forth so far. So anyway, thanks for listening to this video, guys. It's been long enough, so I'm gonna end it now.